It is the same thing. I said in the beginning, Brahman is equal to consciousness, is equal to the witness, is equal to Sakshi, is equal to knowingness, is equal to supreme intelligence, is equal to God, Jesus, Allah, Ram, Rahim, whatever. It is the same. There is no God sitting up in the clouds. You will have to find a way to come to the truth, to reality. Yes, and breaking of old concepts is a difficult thing for the ego, like I explained yesterday, but that is a must on this path. It is a must because your own old concepts and conditionings become an obstacle and prevent you from moving ahead. Yeah. The breath is supposed to go on even with your awareness. The breath is not supposed to stop.
Okay.
You just be with awareness. It's got nothing to do with breath stopping. It has got nothing to do with any mystical, magical experiences. If that is an expectation, then that idea needs to be, shunned away now. Because it was okay in the earlier days of the spiritual path where people who are reluctant to walk the spiritual path are attracted onto the spiritual path by stories of magic and mystery and mythical and promising of out of the world experiences. But as you progress higher, you realize that no, those are just stories. That is like luring a child in. And
so be aware, but let the breath continue.
Yes, there is nothing like stopping the breath or stopping anything for that matter. Yes. Okay. Are you aware right now?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Now, when you are aware, where did you go to find this answer?
Something we don't know.
How do you know you're aware? Where did you go to find the answer?
It's something you just know.
Okay.
It's just there.
Okay. Did the mind give you the answer, or did something else give you the answer?
Okay. Yes, the mind the answer came through the mind. Yes.
Does the answer come through the mind, or did the answer come from somewhere else, but the mind formulated the answer into words?
The mind formulated the answer into words. Yes.
Yeah. So there was a silence that happened when I asked you, are you aware?
Yes.
You go somewhere, you look somewhere for that answer.
Yes.
And then you meet that silence.
Yes.
That's where you find the answer. The silence does not speak. The mind comes out later and formulates the answer into words and says, yes, I am aware.
Okay.
Yes. Now, this glimpse of awareness that you had, I'm telling you that you can recognize that this glimpse is not just a glimpse, it is a knowingness. It is there even now. When the mind is engaged in conversation, there is a knower. Can you see the knower while nodding your head? Does the knower know that Hemant is nodding his head?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, okay. So now that the knower knows the body nodding the head, along with that there is a thought in the mind. Maybe it's a repetition of what Ekta is saying, or maybe it is an answer to what Ekta is asking or has asked. So the knower is aware of the thought in the mind and the body nodding its head. Correct? So you are in the knower while doing activity with the body and the mind. It is all simultaneous. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Now,
Yes.
now the third leg of the meditation. It's an open-eyed thing that you have to do with all your activities in the day. The third leg of the meditation is that this knower is pervading this nodding of the head or whatever is going on in the body.
Yeah.
The knowing and nodding is not different.
Uh-huh.
I don't really know the body. I just know the sensation of the nod up and down.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Suppose Hemant picks up a glass of water and drinks the water. The knower does not really know if there is a body and if there is a glass of water. Knower has no idea if there is objects or not. But knower is very clear that there is sensing of the glass. There's perceiving. The perceiving and knowing are not two different things. So, there is only Brahman. There is no glass, there is no body, there is no world. There is only Brahman. And it is only this Brahman when it is silent, it is in the knowing state, similar to the deep sleep state. And the same knowingness in activity becomes the thinking, the nodding of the head, the picking up the glass, drinking water, or doing any activity in this Jagat, in this world. Even if it is fighting with the spouse, with the family member, with the child, that is also the Brahman only. A constant. Yeah. Now you have to constantly be in the awareness of that. It is not like a theory class that you learn here and forget the moment the class is over. No. This I'm telling you, you have to practice this with open eyes in every activity.
So being the awareness that whatever I'm doing is all part of the awareness?
Not part of the awareness, it is the awareness.
Wow.
Awareness in activity is the mind and body and world. Awareness at rest is pure awareness.
Oh.
Very clear?
When it sinks in, it's quite amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Jagat Mithya, it does not exist. Now, for example, if you go to sleep and you start dreaming, Hemant is dreaming. The same room appears in Hemant's dream. Same computer, and sometimes he's talking to Ekta in that dream. Correct? The same thing can happen in a dream. The same aha moment can happen in a dream. The same conversation can happen in a dream. Then what is the difference really? We cannot really figure out the difference here. Yeah? In dream also, I have the same thought, same kind of feeling, same sensations, same perception. And when you come to this waking state, everything is the same. Same thoughts, feelings, perceptions and sensations. I just perceive it as objects, solid objects in front of me. But really, I don't know. By my experience of touch, my experience of sight, my experience of sound still tells me that I only know perception and sensation and the corresponding thought and feeling. I don't know if an object exists.
Yes.
So it's a constant self-reminder that Hemant has to do. Whether at work, whether with friends, whether when he goes on a walk, whether he's working at the computer, whether he's cooking or cleaning. A constant reminder that even when I'm cleaning this vacuum cleaner, I don't know if this is an object. Yes? An opening will start happening in you. When you constantly practice this, an opening starts happening. I cannot describe that opening. It is beyond words. You will stop seeing things as things. You will start getting absorbed in this truth that things do not exist. I does not exist, because I is also just one thought that came up, and it identified with a particular sensation or perception and said, my perception, my sensation. Really, the I thought happened after a perception or sensation came up automatically. Yeah? So the I-ness joins later. This you will start seeing. Yeah? I can give you my personal years old experience. How I noticed it is, I was in a silence retreat, and I came out of the silence retreat and my mind was absolutely quiet. Absolutely, this is a real silence retreat, not where they play a guided meditation. I don't call that a silence retreat. This is absolutely pin drop silence, nothing to hear. When I came out of that silence retreat, first I noticed the sensation, and then I noticed the I coming up and saying, my sensation. And immediately, at that moment, I found myself in front of a mirror. I had entered the room where the course was, and first the sensation came up of seeing the reflection of my face in the mirror, and then the thought came up, my face, or this is I. And I clearly could notice that I thought happens later. First, the perception comes up. Do you see what I'm saying? So this opening starts happening. Yeah, I want you to work on yourself so continuously seeped in the understanding that it is just perception, it is just sensation, it is not an object. Jagat Mithya, working on this part is more important. Brahman Satyam will follow automatically. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you very much, Didi. Yes. Thank you for sharing all this wonderful knowledge that you have. Thank you. They are just different ways, different methods. Advaita says there is no need to close your eyes and meditate. Advaita is the direct path. I'll explain it. What is the meaning of a direct path and indirect path? The direct path says you get enlightened directly first. You see the knower, you see the knowingness, and then you start working on the post-enlightenment sadhana, where you are actually making an effort to wipe away all the negativity that is coming up in you and becoming a problem on your path and not letting you be in the knower. The other path, yogic path or Buddha's path, all the paths that have sadhana, yeah, all these paths say that first you purify yourself, remove all the clouds, and then you know the knower. That is the meaning of direct path versus indirect path. So Advaita and Ramana Maharshi's path is the direct path. Buddha's path and all the other paths are a little indirect path. Indirect means first you work on yourself for a long time, remove the negativity, and then you know the knower in its pureness, and then you can maintain it longer. You are there completely. It can. Everybody is very different. So I always advise that people should figure it out for themselves, what works for them. Yeah. Like some people like chocolate ice cream and some people like strawberry ice cream. This person who likes strawberry, how much ever you tell him eat chocolate, he just doesn't like chocolate ice cream. He just likes the flavor of fruit. So you cannot force him to have chocolate ice cream. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to figure out what is my palate, what works for me, what takes me there quicker. Yeah. That's why I teach multiple scriptures so that one person is putting all the cards on the table in front of you. If I hold on to one scripture and you come to me, you learn only one path. Okay. Then you go to somebody else and that person is holding on to one path or one scripture, and then you learn only that path. Then you get confused, should I do this or that? And then there is that doubt and that war in your mind. When it is the same person telling you all the multiple paths and telling you that it is up to you to choose. Yeah. I will not force you that you should do this only. You understand? Yeah. On the other paths, you are kind of pressurized. I don't want to pressurize you. I want you to be spiritually independent. Yeah. When you choose something, you take your responsibility to recognize, let me taste this path. Let me walk on this for a while. And then whether you get it or you don't get it, it is completely your responsibility. So you feel empowered. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Didi.
Yeah. So you have to test. You have to test. Does this seem, to click with me, or does this seem to not click with me? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Everybody is different. Everybody is unique. I have climbed all the paths. How do you think I can teach you everything? I love to trek up the mountain from every side of the mountain. So, when there is a mountain like the Dauladhar ranges of the Himalayas, you can go up from the north, you can go up from the south, you can go up from the east, you can go up from the west. There are many ways to go up the same mountain range. Yes, while going up, the path may look different. Some path might be steeper than the other. Yes, some path might be very beautiful, very scenic, and the other path might be very boring. But when you come to the top, the peak, it is the same view, it is the same place. So it doesn't matter which path you take, whichever path seems palatable to you, you must take that up. Whichever seems easy, whichever helps you stay in awareness longer, repeatedly, that is the path that works for you. Just keep climbing. It's okay if you climb the mountain from this side also, this side also, this side also. In fact, you will feel, wow, they are all the same. And that is my own experience, not some other teacher's words. Get it? There is no distance. No. Now you are doing a meditation. You're not supposed to do that meditation. You're trying to do a closed-eyed meditation with open eyes. You're not supposed to expand the energy or expand the space, or again, you're going back to the other path with eyes open. No. This is recognizing that the knowingness is like that anyways, right now. Are you aware?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you are aware, can you look at that awareness? Is that awareness limited only to this brain?
No.
You can feel it outside? Can
Yes,
you can you find a border this side or that side, above or below? Then what are you trying to expand? There is no need to expand anything. The knowingness is there, the awareness is there. I don't need to expand it. It is. I just need to become aware of it. I need to become aware of myself. Awareness becomes aware of itself. Clear? You're talking about mind's attention. Mind's attention is different from awareness.
Okay.
Okay? These are two different things. Mind's attention is like a spotlight. You're trying to focus on reading something or learning something. So that is mind's attention. You're focusing like a spotlight. But there is a knowingness, knowing that the mind is trying to pay attention right now.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm talking about the knowingness, the awareness, not mind's attention or focus on a particular object. These are two different things. Get it?
Okay. Yeah.
When you are trying to expand, you're using your mind. And that is why that meditation does not bring a long lasting silence. That meditation does not bring peace. It just brings a temporary calmness of the mind because you focused and relax the focus. In relaxing the focus, obviously there is a rest that you will experience. And then you think, I meditated very well. That you did not meditate at all. You focused on something. Maybe it is a sound. Maybe it is a word. Yeah. It is not different from focusing on studying in school or in college. It's the same focus. And when you relax the focus, you feel at rest. Exactly, that's what we have been doing in other meditations. Now we are rising one step higher. Who is knowing that the mind's attention was focused on this particular object, whether it is whatever you were focusing on. Okay, let's do it together. Come. So right now, your object is the computer screen and somebody on this computer screen. Yes? That is the object of the senses. Here the senses are sight and both sound. You can hear my sound and you can see me on the screen. Are you observing that?
Yes.
Yes? So now, next level. The mind is observing the eyes. Observe Ekta. Can you see the mind?
Yes.
The mind is observing the ears. Hear Ekta. Yes?
Yes.
How do you know that there was the mind observing the sight and the sound? There is a knower behind there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, just sink back into the knower. You cannot turn into the knower. The problem with most people is because they were turned outwards while observing the object and the mind, now they try to turn in. And in the process of turning in, they are manufacturing a blank screen. It's not really there. Your mind is manufacturing it. You don't have to turn in. Just sink back in. Sink back in to the witness and now just rest there. So though you are in the witness, you still can see the mind, you still can see the ears and the eyes performing their function of hearing and seeing. All together it is happening. Yes, you have sunk into the witness. This is called witnessing the witness, or being aware of awareness itself, or knowing the knower. Words do not matter.
Kind of go back into some sort of blankness.
Yes, but now don't manufacture a blankness with the mind. Just experience the sinking kind of, it's almost a bodily sensation, a sinking feeling when you go back. Not really happening, but I'm just trying to explain it metaphorically. You just go back to the witness. There is a sinking. It's as melting.
So you're still observing thoughts and everything else that's going on around, right?
Yes, all that is still there. Don't expect the world to disappear. There is no magic happening here. Yeah? The world is not going to disappear. I am going to learn to be established in this witnessing and learn to witness everything, knowing that everything is just made up of this witnessing. This will slowly open up when you practice it more and more and more. It's basically, in words, if I want to put it, it is withdrawing from unnecessary chit-chat in the mind. When you are not doing anything, you're just chilling out at home. The mind is going on and on and on and on and on, and you are engaged in that silly, even if it's a silly conversation in the mind, you're engaged. Witnessing is becoming disengaged and relaxing and watching that thought come, but because you are not feeding the thought, you also see it die. What is the meaning of feeding the thought? When it comes, I attach a second thought to it, and then the next, and the next, and then it goes on increasing. I stop feeding when I'm relaxing in the witness. This does not mean again that thoughts will stop coming forever. It's not possible. Thoughts coming is a natural process. But it is not natural for me to continue my unnecessary chit-chat with my thoughts. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I'm looking at something, or whenever there are thoughts coming, I can see the thoughts coming. I can, like you said, I can be a witness to it.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of thoughts coming. They're like, nonstop coming, but I can witness it. But is that, I just wanted to make sure I was practicing it right.
Yes.
Because
so
I can still witness the thoughts. I can still see them coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I'm sinking in, like you said. I don't know.
That's what you have to figure out. Am I jumping into the thought and the corresponding emotion it brings, or am I at a distance? This being at a distance is only the first leg of the meditation, like we did yesterday. Yeah. The second leg is to recognize now, to understand the nature of this knowingness or this awareness or this witnessing. Yeah. The nature is that it really is beyond this body. Do you recognize that? It's not that you're witnessing from a little window here.
Somehow it feels it's somewhere within the body. Maybe it's just the preliminary stage that I'm in, or
Okay, fantastic. So at least you have started on the first leg. Now the next leg for you to work on is to recognize when I'm in witnessing and not jumping into my thought. Then that is the point of starting the second leg practice. Just observing this witnessing. Yeah, this witnessing is like the awareness of everything, the entire room, the computer, the person in front of you, behind, above, everything. I can experience it.
Is it limited by the senses? Because the world that you're seeing outside, even though you're in the witness, you're still perceiving it through the five senses, right?
Only the first leg. Only the first leg, where you come step by step beyond the senses to the mind, and then you notice, oh, there's a knower beyond the mind also. When you recognize the knower beyond the mind, this knower knows that the eyes can only see this much. Does the knower know? Roshan? Knower can know that the eyes can only see this much. The knower knows that the thoughts are coming and going, feelings are arising. Yes, it can feel sensations in the whole body. Then how can you say that knower is just limited here? You're saying you're feeling sensations in the whole body.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're aware for, I don't know, what's your height? 5 feet, 6 feet. At least that much awareness is there from top to bottom. Yes, you can observe that. Now, you are also, awareness has got nothing to do with mind's attention, if that is very clear. Yeah, it's not the question of taking the attention anywhere. It's just relaxing in this awareness right now. Just relax in it. Don't try to understand it through the mind, because then you're jumping back out to the mind. You be there and just sink in.
Because if I'm being aware, I mean, there's so many things going on, right? I mean, it's, there's sensations in the body, there's thoughts. I mean, at one point I can only be aware of something, maybe the sensation in the body. So it's like you said, is it just sinking in and just being the witness?
Correct. Just be the witness. Now, being the witness is only the second leg. We haven't even started the third. Right? Yes, so now just be the witness. Now you just be. You yourself will experience a void come over. The void is there. It's not that it is coming from somewhere. You will recognize that the more I sink into this witness, it is quiet, it is empty, it is silence. It is actually of the nature of peace. It's the peace that I'm really thirsting for. Yeah? Where does this peace come from? This quality of peace just comes from you not jumping into the mind and starting your inner conversations. When you don't do this, there is no involvement with the mind, and I have just resting behind, just sunk behind, then I am in that absolute quiet peace that I've been thirsting for. I look for it outside, but it is actually right here. Yes, when this realization becomes very clear in you, now you make the effort of the third leg. Now I'm going to check. So when you start thinking, in that first thought, notice, is there anything, any reality to this thinking other than witnessing? The witnessing and thinking is happening together. They are not separate. It was just explained separately in the first leg to understand it. But really, they are not separate. Thinking and witnessing is happening simultaneously. And you get up and you start perceiving the world. Oh, perception of this world and the witnessing of that is happening simultaneously. So now this peace that was in the background will now go into the foreground. It is like a wave that has now taken over the rest of your so-called foreground. There was never really a background and foreground. It is just the way I have become aware of it. Yeah. And this witnessing element, this itself is called the Brahman consciousness. It is conscious. It is knowingness. It knows itself. It knows everything. It is awareness. So everything is made up of knowingness and awareness. I really do not know matter. I do not know if objects exist or not. All I know is my perceiving of that object. And perceiving is not different than witnessing. So, only the witness exists. Only knowingness is. Only Brahman is the truth. Brahman Satyam. Even if you reach this understanding, in your real understanding, in your realization, automatically Jagat becomes Mithya, means the world becomes an illusion. Clear?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm still in the first leg.
No problem. We will get there. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will get there. So start practicing. You're working or you're doing your whatever you're doing in the house. Everything you touch, even if you touch the computer pad or the glass or something, a recognition that there is only perceiving here. And is perceiving different than witnessing? Oh, it is the same. I was simply thinking that, oh, when I'm witnessing the thoughts, then, the witnessing is separate and the thoughts are separate. No, no, no. Actually, it is just one. Perception is made up of awareness. Sensation itself is made up of awareness. Thoughts are made up of the stuff called awareness. Feelings are made up of the stuff called awareness. And this awareness is nothing but peace. And finally, you will come to this understanding that awareness in activity is the mind. Mind at rest is the awareness.
Is it okay to have thoughts?
Of course it is okay to have thoughts. You have to just start seeing that these thoughts are also the awareness itself. Awareness in activity is the mind. Yeah? Don't make thoughts your enemy. They are not. They are actually an instrument for us to recognize this witnessing element, this knowingness, this consciousness, this awareness. Clear? Yes, it is. What you are mixing up is, you are mixing up mind's attention with awareness. Okay? What is mind's attention? Let's understand that. When we take up some book to read, we are focusing the mind's attention on the particular paragraph to read that paragraph. But there is a knower knowing that the mind is focusing attention to read the paragraph. Is this clear? So mind's attention is different from awareness or knowingness or witnessing. Witnessing is there all the time. Witnessing cannot be complete and partial. No, witnessing is always what witnessing is. Yes, it's always full. It's always there. You cannot say the sun's light is not there in the night. It is there. You are on the wrong side of the world. Do you get it? Yes? Yeah. So that's all that happens. It is the awareness is like the sun. It is always there. Mind's attention increases or decreases depending on the quality of the mind. A tamasic mind cannot have a lot of focus. Like at 11-12 in the night, you cannot focus on reading anymore. You're like, okay, I'm done. Do you get it? It's just depending on the quality of the mind, and that is called mind's attention. Yeah? The knower knows that the mind is right now very sleepy and cannot focus. Its attention is reduced. Super clear? Difference is clear? Okay. So like we discussed on Saturday, did you attend the Saturday session? Huh.
Yes.
So do you remember me talking about at the body level, there is perception. You touch something. Yeah. This trackpad, I touch. There is perception of touch. Yeah. If I close my eyes, do I know really is there an object or not?
The experience of touch.
But by the experience of touch, I only know my perception.
Right.
This could be in the dreaming state. I could be asleep on my bed and I am dreaming that I am touching. And I will have exactly the same perception. Don't you have the same kind of dream sometimes? You see something in the daytime, it's very fearful, and in the night, in your dream, the same fear comes up and you're sweating. Then where is reality? Then where is reality? Which one is real? No. The problem is, Girish, that we have been practicing meditations in which we focus the mind's attention on an object. Okay? You have been focusing on a sound. You have been focusing on the breath of regulating something. So when you are again and again focusing the mind, you are forgetting the truth. That is what Advaita is pointing out to, that there is a knower. And this is the real awareness. This is just the mind's attention. So lots of people, in fact 99% of the people on the spiritual path confuse awareness with mind's attention. They feel that I have to concentrate on the awareness during the daytime with my children, with my family, with work. You don't have to concentrate or focus on anything. The knower is there. The knower knows that the family is nice right now and not nice right now. The knower knows the boss is behaving well with me or not behaving well with me. The knower knows. Advaita is taking your attention from that little mind's attention to the knower of the mind's attention. Like you are focusing to pay attention to what Ekta is saying. Are you saying this? Though your mind is preparing the next question already,
Right.
you're still focusing very hard to pay attention to Ekta. But notice there is a knower. There is a knower behind it.
Still there.
So that knower is always there.
I feel like peace, calmness, cool, being aware, our consciousness.
That is beautiful. Very few people have such realizations. So you should pat yourself on the back. What is the point of all this? The same thing I'm doing. I'm taking care of family, taking care of my job. I'm eating, sleeping. Again next day, repeat. Again next day, repeat. And this is going on. Unnecessary repeat. What does this mean? There has to be something higher. Very nice. From Advaita's point, closed-eyed meditation is nothing but focusing your mind's attention on an object. You focus so hard and you focus so long on the breath that finally when you release that focus, there is a relaxation. Obviously, there is going to be a relaxation. I pull an elastic very hard, and then I release it. obviously there is going to be a relaxation, but is that relaxation a long-lasting, permanent relaxation? Have you found peace? No. It is just a release of the previous tugging that you were doing, the force that you had applied. That is why it is very short-lasting. So I will not, from Advaita's point of view, not advise you to do anything that is going to strain the mind. I'm going to tell you, recognize the one which is the knower at the back. And now, while witnessing, become very, very clear that being with the children, talking with the children, fighting with the children, or being loving father to the children, any of these activities are nothing but perceiving and then sensing whatever happens in the body. This perceiving and sensing is not different than knowing. It is happening together. This knower is always there. This witnessing is always there.
So that means that in Ashtober said, by all to me is that awareness, right?
Yeah, just be in awareness. There is no need to get entrapped in the mind. The problem is you're getting trapped in the inner dialogue of Girish's mind. It talks to Girish and it says all negative things, then Girish jumps in and fights, and there is this internal war going on. You have to release this. I am not going to feed the mind anymore. I'm going to be a witness to this grumbling mind. How much will it grumble? Just like you take care of kids. They grumble, 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 and you decide, okay, I'm not going to buy him this $1,000 toy. It doesn't make any sense. And you just stay there, and the kid cries, 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 and finally he gives up. Exactly like that. The mind is unnecessarily creating stress for me, which I know in the long run is not beneficial. I do not feed the mind anymore. I come back to the awareness, to the witness, and not react, not react, not react. This thought will subside. It has to subside because you're not feeding it. You get it? It increases only by being fed. So now just be there, be in that witness. Why people fail? Lots of people fail where their emotions come up, they lose their witnessing, they lose that peace, they lose the balance, and they do the drama, and then they, after doing the drama, now they start feeling guilty for doing the drama. And then they are beating themselves up for days together. So you see, first of all, you jumped into an emotion, and then you created the drama, and now you created extra drama for creating this drama. Yeah. So the most important thing on the path of Advaita is to recognize that there is this emotion, this feeling that is coming up right now, and there is a very strong possibility that I'm going to react to this before the drama. You get it? So if you have been practicing being in the witness as you go, now you keep practicing being in the witness, and you will notice, oh, I'm experiencing this sensation come up. Whether it is fear, whether it is a sense of rejection, whether it is a feeling of lack, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it is an emotion, and a particular emotion is creating a sensation in my body. Yes? There cannot be an emotion that does not create a corresponding sensation in the body. It's not possible. The more you are in the knowingness, or the more you are in the witnessing, it'll be very easy to recognize, oh, I'm experiencing a churning come up. And you will notice the mind wants to now react to the sensation by lashing out at that person or lashing out at me. In some way, the mind wants to react. Usually, what do? we suppress an emotion. We don't want to face it, especially if it is negative, like a fear, a sense of lack, a feeling I am not good enough. Yeah? You don't want to face this. You want to just push it away. Advaita says that is the wrong thing to do because it is again going to come up in a few days. Yes? And the cycle is going to repeat. So the sensible thing to do is first observe that the feeling is there. Even if the feeling is not there, they say you do a closed-eyed meditation of bringing the feeling close to you and literally kissing the feeling, embracing the feeling, loving the feeling. Yeah, this seems very challenging when you're feeling rejected, you're feeling that, oh, the other person does not respect me or criticizes me. That feeling is very heavy. Yeah. At that point, you just close your eyes and be with the feeling. You delete anything that the mind says. The mind is going to come up with all things. He said this, that happened, blah, 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 blah. You delete, empty the room of all the thoughts again and again. You will have to keep pressing the delete button. Yes? And you have to keep sinking into the feeling. What we usually do, we run away from the feeling. Advaita says, no, you have to do the opposite. You sink into this feeling. Sink. The more you sink in, the more the mind is going to react. The more blah, 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 blah is going to increase. You keep deleting, keep ignoring, keep sinking, sinking, sinking. When you hit the bed of that emotion, on the other side, you will touch the same witnessing consciousness. And that witness is quiet. Any emotion is nothing but the mind. This mind is nothing but the same witnessing consciousness or awareness in activity. Got it? Awareness in activity is the mind. Mind at rest is the awareness.
Okay.
So if this is very clear, it means if there is a lot of activity going on, that means the awareness is at the bottom of this activity. It doesn't matter whether the activity is pleasant or unpleasant. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I sink into the emotion, go into it. If tears come, let them come. If you're feeling horrible, go through it. Go through the entire feeling as if, embracing it.
Okay.
Just dive into it and come out to the other side, and you will be in absolute pure awareness. And that is where there is peace.
Okay.
It is actually, it is more effort to get into thinking, but you don't realize it right now because you've made it a habit pattern. Okay? For example, you have a habit pattern, you're like an energizer bunny and you're always working, always working, always working. That's just the way your body mind makeup is. You're made up like that you keep working, keep working. So you find that normal because it has become your habit pattern to be like that. But after few hours, you also get tired, you relax. And that time you feel that, oh, there is more effort in letting go of the activity. It was easier for me to keep doing it because that has become my nature. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you repeat something continuously, it seems like it's just seeming like that. It's not real. It just seems like it is my nature. It is easier. So all our life, we have been continuously talking to the mind. We've been continuously engaged with thoughts and feelings, continuously in concepts, ideas. So There's this very busy picture in the mind and I'm so involved in it, I think this is normal.
Yeah.
Yes. Now when you learn to relax from that, you recognize, oh, there is peace here. And it was always there. It is not a new manufactured area. I had to just take that step behind the mind.
Yeah.
And when I rest there, I start making a new habit pattern of resting, of being in the peace. Then, after a little amount of practice of staying in the witnessing, it will be a lot of effort for you to engage in gossip or engage in nonsense talk. You will be like, oh, that is just noise. I like my peace. Yeah. Then you will be in the real taste of peace and you will enjoy it.
Okay. And that is every moment, right? Like, for example, if I'm at work, when I'm at meetings and talking to somebody or walking the hallway, that's happening at every moment, right?
Correct.
Trying to be in that witness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is happening moment to moment to moment. It's not that the knowingness or the witness goes away. You run away. You get engaged in the thoughts and you get engaged in emotions. You create the drama in your own mind and then you are suffering because of the drama and then you are saying that now I want to get out of the suffering. Hello, stop creating drama. Suffering will end.
Yeah.
It's that simple.